What's up, YouTube? It's me, Rashad. This video right here is a continuance of two other videos that I've made in the past that helped a lot of people learn how to make money in high school. I'm making this video to answer the questions that you guys have been asking me in the comments of the last two videos. Alright? Because this is serious business, like you guys know. And if you did not know before, now you know that this is serious business. I've been getting questions about how to deal with competition, how to price your burgers or gummy worms with Kool Aid, how to sell more, how to do X, how to do Y, how to do Z. Now I'm about to give y'all some tips that y'all don't know. In the real business world, most firms, their goal is to maximize profits. And they don't teach you that in high school for the most part, because that's not a part of the curriculum. You might learn something like that in economics in high school, but you don't get no real world experience to relate that to. We're going to get into the video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I'm 360 Process Rashad. Let's get into the video. I've been getting a lot of questions about how much should I charge for the gummy worms, how much should I charge for the burgers. For the gummy worms, you charge $1 per bag, alright? I used to put 10 gummy worms in each bag. I would recommend you guys put in about 8 to 10, depending how you feel. You know what I mean? If you got a lot of competition, just put 10 gummy worms in each bag, alright? Just so you can understand what the things I used to do and why I was the best seller at my school, why everybody preferred me over anybody else, is because I used to do the best things. I used to treat my customers very well. People that always buy from me, I would make a bag of gummy worms with Kool Aid with 15 in it, and then a person that always buy from me, I'll wait for them to come by, and I'll be like, you always buy from me, I got something special for you, and I'll give them a bag of gummy worms with Kool Aid with 15 worms in a fat bag, you know what I mean? And I'll give it to them for a regular price. People who always bought burgers from me, I'll just be like, man, you cool, you always buy from me, here goes some free gummy worms, you know what I mean? I treated my customers well, and just by me doing that, they became loyal to me. As far as they will only buy from me, or they'll tell other people who come ask them if they want to buy a burger, they'll tell them, nah, I'm good, you know what I mean? And they'll wait for me to come around because they knew I would come around, because I had the rotation on deck and I do it every single day. So keep that in mind. Alright, as far as burgers, how much I would charge for the burgers, I would buy them for $1.10, like I told you guys. Alright, and then I'd sell them for $2. Nowadays, the burgers are about $1.49. So I would tell you guys to sell them for $2.50. So I came to the high school that I graduated from. I came here because it's going to trigger a lot of memories, and it's going to allow me to give y'all a lot of good tips and let y'all know a lot of things that I used to do to make all the money I used to make selling burgers and gummy worms with Kool Aid. So one of the main questions that I've gotten in the past couple months is how to deal with competition. So the first thing I want to let you guys know, to deal with competition is fairly simple. You just have to be better than everyone else. You may be wondering, how are you going to become better than everyone else? The way that you become better than everyone else is by always being on top of your game, basically. So like, this is how it is. What I did to be better than everyone else is I was always on my job. As long as I had candy and burgers, I was on my job. Let me give y'all a quick example. I always had a rotation, all right? I would go in this rotation every day, and I would sell my burgers in this orderly rotation. And I would ask the same people, regardless if they wanted to buy a burger ever from me or not, all right? I'll ask, do you want to buy a burger or gummy worms with Kool Aid? And I'll come at the same time every day, pretty much, you know what I mean? Every day I'm at school, which I was at school every day, so they could always depend on me. And when they didn't buy from me, I'd be like, as just a cool person, I'd be like, what happened, man? You supposed to only buy from me, man. You know I'm coming. So I do that, and then just people expect it. And that's one way that you can be better than everyone else. I used to come over here first in my selling rotation. I come to the cafeteria area first, and I'll ask everybody sitting down at these tables right when lunch begins. The reason I come over here first is because I want to get to these people before they actually get their lunch. And some of these people don't even they don't eat the school lunch for whatever reason. Maybe because they don't have free tickets, you know what I mean? Or whatever. So they don't eat the school lunch like that. And they'll rather wait until after school or whatever they do, you know what I mean? So I come over here every time. They expect me to come, and I ask them, okay, at the table. I say it loud enough so everyone at the table can hear me, all right? And I come over there. Normally everybody in here, they'll eat their lunch and they wouldn't buy. So maybe I wouldn't go over there because I found out by weeks of asking people in this area right there if they want to buy, but they say, you know what I mean, I don't want to buy, or I already ate. But the people that came right here, they tend to not eat that lunch that's in there, so they would buy from me, and I'd make like 5 sales at one time, you know what I mean, 5 sales at each table, you know what I mean, and then I'll continue over there through my route, and they could expect me there every single day to ask them without fail. So to answer that question, the way that you beat out competition is by being more dependable than any other person doing the same thing that you're doing, you know what I mean, and then you'll get customer loyalty, and customer loyalty will win all out. That's just the best way I could explain to you how to be better than the competition. Another question that came to me a lot was, what do I do if I'm not allowed to sell burgers and gummy worms at school, or I got caught, so what do I do now? I can't sell anymore. The schools don't want you selling candy, they don't want you selling burgers. It's a lot to think of. It's very political. I'm not gonna get into the political situation with y'all right now, because I mean, come on, y'all can't even vote yet if y'all in high school. I just kind of have a feeling that it's like that because it's all about money. When you get out into the real world, it's all about money for the most part. If you guys are selling, have your own market in school, if you have your own market, the school vending machines won't make any money. You know what I mean? One person asked me, they said they got a kind of punk rocker thing going on. They got a bad look to them, and they don't want to just get caught up because they got a bad look to them. For the most part, during my times when I was selling burgers and gummy worms, teachers knew that I sold burgers and gummy worms. But I was very respectful to the teachers. I didn't sell in class. I would not disrupt the class to sell burgers or gummy worms. You know what I mean? If the teacher was kind of cool with the situation, they wasn't tripping like that, if it was that type of class or that type of teacher, the way they mandated their class, then you know what I mean? If somebody asked me, I slide it to them under the table. I would not do it in front of the teacher's face, even if they were cool with it. You know what I mean? I just showed that respect. All right, and the security guards that are around school, you know what I mean? I would not sell in front of them, even if they knew, which they all pretty much knew. Even the vice principal knew I was selling. Of my knowledge, I knew that they knew. You know what I mean? They didn't freaking tell me, oh, I know you're selling, but you know what I mean? You know when somebody know. All right, but look, they knew, but just because of the amount of respect that I showed to them by not selling in their face, and whenever I see them, I'll just, you know what I mean? I'll be selling and I'll be like, all right, the vice principal, you guys. So yeah, how you like the, you know what I mean? President Obama, you know what I mean? I'll spark up some conversation with my customers and be like, yeah, just chill because of the principal's right there, you know what I mean? And then I'll make the sale when the principal's not looking, you know what I mean? And I'll go about my little rotation. And I suggest that you work your gummy worm business the same way. All right, conduct your gummy worm business in the same way. Show respect to the authority figures on the freaking campus of your school, and you should not really have a problem. There are a select few administrators that may not be cool. They like this one lady, she freaking caught me selling burgers 2 times in one day, y'all. So what happened was, I was at PE, I was selling burgers to people, and she caught me, and I took my burgers. It was sad. She took like 20 burgers from me. I was hot. You know what I mean? So I left the school, and then I came back, and I was selling again, and she caught me again. And I was like, dang, you know what I mean? I just wanted to recoup my loss. You know what I mean? I just wanted to at least recoup my loss. That's why I left and came back. It's all about maximizing profits. But don't forget about ethics. I talked to y'all about ethics in the last video, all right? But yeah, y'all, conduct yourself with the utmost respect to authority figures on the campus, and you may be okay. All right, I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna mess with you, but that's how I did it, and that's how I suggest you do it. What I need you guys to know is that I used to sell out by the end of lunch every time. By the end of lunch, I would have literally no burgers left. You guys should be doing the same thing. If you're not selling out by the end of lunch, then everyone has already eaten, or they plan to spend their money on food when school lets out. You know what I mean? So if you don't sell out by the end of lunch, then you're not selling out for the most part when it comes to burgers. You can't sell burgers the next day, so you're gonna have to throw those away or give them away. Well, I would never really give them away for free, but I would sell them for $1. If lunch ended and you still have burgers left more than normal, and you think you're not gonna sell out, judging by your past experience, you know what I mean? Sell those burgers for half off, you'll sell them out, you'll minimize your loss, and you'll just, you know what I mean? It's about maximizing profits, minimizing losses, okay? They don't really teach you that in high school. So make sure you take that tip right there and just write that down right there, all right? So I'm about to wrap this video up. Some final tips. I want you guys to think about this. When you graduate high school, because it was 4 months left before I realized that, oh, you know what? I'm not going to be in high school for the rest of my life, and when I get in college, I'm not going to be able to do this like that. I started consciously saving my money, all right? So by the end of high school, in that 4 months, I had about $4,000 or some change. The $4,000 ended up getting dwindled down. I was working on my business, I was running track, I was in school full time, I was not working a job. My money got dwindled down, and then I started, you know what I mean, I needed a car. So I started saving to buy a car, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Long story short, if I didn't save that $4,000, I would have been very disadvantaged going into college and trying to just run track and just survive. You know what I mean? So think about that. Think about how you're going to survive in college. I'm going to have a video called How to Graduate College Without Debt. All right, how to graduate college debt free. Hit the like button, subscribe. That video is coming real soon because I want to put it out before the summer ends. You know what I mean? So in the next couple months, expect that video. So stay tuned. Talk to me in the comments if you got questions. I'm 360 Way Process Rashad. Deuces.